What's up, YouTube? It is your boy JB, and we are here today with the review for Marriage Bootcamp Hip Hop Edition, Season 19, Episode number 2, you guys. This episode was titled, That's a Wrap, you guys. Now, before we go ahead and jump into this review, if you guys are watching this video or any other on the channel and are not subscribed to the channel, then I'm going to need you guys to do me a solid favor and stop taking me out on this date and having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys can do me that favor by liking this video, subscribe to my channel, turning on your post notifications, and sharing the video. And with that out the way, you guys, without further ado, let's discuss Marriage Bootcamp Hip Hop Edition, shall we? All right, guys, so I can tell you guys this probably won't be the longest review I do of Marriage Bootcamp Hip Hop Edition because honestly, this episode didn't give a whole lot for me to discuss, but we're definitely going to discuss it, right? So this episode, we pick up where we left off, and we saw Little Lyrica and A1, right? And they were arguing back and forth, right? And this is just day one of boot camp at this point, right? And Dr. Ish is just basically telling them, like, hey, y'all doing all this arguing. It's day one. Like, y'all got y'all son. Like, don't let day one be it for you guys. Like, he wants them to stick around and, you know, get through the process, right? To see if they can salvage their marriage. Speaking of their marriage, are they still together? Because I don't follow Lyrica and I don't follow A1 on Instagram or Twitter. Like, are they still together? Because the last time I saw anything about them, I think it was like on the Shade Room or something where she was talking about him. I don't keep up with them because they put too much of their business on social media. And it's just too much for me. So then we see day two's getting started, right? So we see K, Michelle, and Caston. So they're in their room, right? And Caston, Caston is just a regular, guy, right? So he's not used to these cameras. He's not used to any of this stuff, right? So I feel like Caston was starting to feel like he was out of place, right? So he didn't really want to go down where the other boot campers were and mix and mingle with them, right? And he asked the producers, like, can we stay in the room? And I was like, okay, I get that, right? This is taking him out of his element, right? He's a dentist, right? He's not used to having a camera crew in his face, wearing a mic pack and all that kind of stuff. So I got that, right? So then we see Gangsta Boo, right? So she's talking about Emmett, and I believe she was talking to, I know she was talking to Little Lyrica, and I don't forget who else was down there, right? But she was talking about her relationship with Emmett, right? So she and Emmett, they have a good relationship, but we all know that the relationship has some issues in it, right? So she says that, because they asked the question, do your family like him? She says, oh, my family loves him, right? And then I'm like, well, what about his family? So that's where the contention comes in with Gangsta Boo and Emmett, is the fact that Gangsta Boo feels like with Emmett's family, he doesn't set boundaries with his family, right? So whenever they're together, his family basically interrupts them, and he doesn't put a pin in that and say, hey, I'm with my woman, like, have some respect for me and my woman. She feels that he doesn't do that, right? So then we move over to this episode's drill, and this episode's drill is the rap battle, right? So Dr. Ish has the women on one side as always, and the men on the other side. He gives them the beat that they're gonna rap to. They writing their lyrics out, and so we're there, right? So the first couple that he has up is Emmett and Gangsta Boo, right? I was thoroughly surprised that Emmett could rap. I'm like, oh, okay, Emmett, I see you, right? So Emmett and Gangsta Boo, so they did their freestyle, right? Both did amazing. But I do remember that Gangsta Boo said she met him while she was on tour, right? I don't know if she meant that he could rap. So Gangsta Boo and Emmett, what I got from both of their performances is, like I said earlier, just a few minutes ago with Gangsta Boo, her issue with Emmett is the fact that she feels like he doesn't prioritize her, right? She feels like his family's up here, right? And she's down here. So she just wants him to set some boundaries with the family, so that way they're on level playing field, right? But with Emmett is over the fighting between him and her, right? So that's something that they got to work on. So then the next to go up is K Michelle, and it's Caston, right? So Caston, really surprised that he did a good job, right? So Caston, and I'm going to talk about this real quick. So Caston's thing is, his issue with K Michelle is the fact that when him and K Michelle gets into it, right, And you guys remember last week's episode, K. Michelle said that she calls him a bitch, right? He feels that, she needs to work on her communication. And I think we all know and can agree that K. Michelle definitely could could definitely work on her communication. We have saw K. Michelle on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, New York, and Hollywood, right? And K. Michelle does have a communication issue. She has a communication issue, right? So we all know that, right? So K. Michelle, with her freestyle, and this is gonna be my only issue with K. Michelle. Y'all know I love K. Michelle. I really do love K. Michelle, right? But my issue with K. Michelle is the fact that she's all about anything. Every time you listen to her on this show, it's me, it's me, it's me, it's me, it's me. She never includes casting. It's all about K. Michelle, right? And I'm like, hey, you're coming off a little selfish, my love, right? Because she's talking about the fairy tale, and I really want K. Michelle to just bust this bubble of this fairy tale, because K. Michelle has been talking. If you guys have followed K. Michelle on social media, you guys know that K. Michelle has been saying this for years, that she wants her twin girls, right? And like I said in last week's review, maybe that's just not possible, okay? Like, you gotta take what God gives to you. I know what you want, but maybe that's not what God wants for you. So honestly, in this whole exercise, everything literally seems like it falls back on K. Michelle, right? Because she's talking about this fairy tale, how her dream has been bust. Her dream and bubble have kind of been burst, right? But that could be. But do you think that that's maybe because of you? Because you set such high expectations, and maybe some of your expectations are unrealistic. Maybe now, you being a wife and whatnot, that's not unrealistic, right? You being a wife, you being a mother, none of that stuff is not unrealistic. But it might not be feasible, because you said it yourself that you have gone through in vitro, right? In vitro fertilization, right? And 2 times, both for boys. Again, maybe that was God telling you that it's not in the cards for you to have a girl. I don't know, right? I'm not a doctor, so I can't speak on that, but maybe K. Michelle needs to reevaluate, right? So then, Rubbing Pennies and Mariah Lynn went. I honestly don't give a fuck about them, because they give me fake. Little Lyrica and A1, they went, and she needs to work on forgiveness, right? That's what her biggest thing is. She needs to work on forgiveness, and his thing is he just got to stop cheating. Period. So let's pause here, you guys, and move forward. Like I told you guys, this episode is not going to be that long. This review is not going to be that lengthy, because, like I said, the episode didn't give me a lot. Because after the drill, right, K. Michelle and Caston, they went back to their room, right, and they didn't mix and mingle with the others. So it was just Little Lyrica and A1, Gangsta Boo and Emmett, and Rich and Rubbing Pennies and Mariah Lynn, right? So then eventually, Rubbing Pennies and Mariah Lynn left. Then Little Lyric, no, actually, I think eventually everybody dispersed to their rooms, right? And Dr. Ish and Judge Toller, no, they were looking like, well, part of the process is after the drill, you kind of talk to your fellow boot campers, and you just, talk things out. But these people didn't do that, right? So that's that, right? And then, like I say, this whole thing between Rich and Mariah Lynn is just, to me, it's fake, right? I just don't believe it, and I don't buy it, because I'm still trying to figure out, when were they ever a couple? But with Rich and Mariah Lynn, I'm just trying to figure out, when were these two ever a couple? Like, I'm still stuck on that. When were they ever a couple? When were they ever in a relationship? Because I don't buy it. So then Dr. Ish, they got all dressed up, so they went out to the backyard, right? So dinner is set up for them, right? So what Dr. Ish has done is, with the boot campers, he's compiled everything that they said in the rap battle. So, resentment, it's their resentment. So whatever they resent about the other person, right? He has this little card, and it has a word, it has something written on it, right? and it's something from one of their raps, right? So also they have some spicy foods right there. So what they're gonna do is whoever this word kind of goes towards, they're gonna eat that spicy food, right? So actually Gangsta Boo and Emmett went first, right? But the word that was on there, whatever word or phrase that was on there, it actually both applied to Gangsta Boo and to Emmett, right? So they both had to eat that whatever it was, right? Baby, Gangsta Boo, when she was eating it, she cracked me up. So then came Michelle and Caston went. Both of them had to eat the habanero pepper. I was like, oh God, absolutely not, right? They went, and then who was after them? It was Rubbin' Pennies and Mariah Lynn. They had a spicy pepper, and Rubbin' Pennies was the one that had to eat that one, right? Because Mariah Lynn, and for them, I think it was like his personals, his like what we see on TV is not what she gets behind closed doors, right? Again, I don't believe it. I don't buy it. So he ate that, and then Little Lyrica ate one win, but he's allergic to spicy foods, so they gave him and her a fertilized egg. I was with Little Lyrica, bitch. I ain't gonna eat that egg. The fuck? No, that's nasty, right? So then after that, Judge Chola came out, right? And Judge Chola basically just talked to the boot campers, right? And she was just basically, in a sense, she was telling them like they're not giving any effort. That's really what she was saying to them. Y'all ain't giving no fucking effort. Like, y'all do these drills, but then y'all don't follow through, right? Talk things out, right? Because we see that every season, once the boot campers do the drill, they sit with each other, they talk about what happened in the drill. Now, granted, sometimes it can go left and it can go, go sideways, but they do talk things out, right? Now, I will say one thing about K. Michelle. I do love the fact that K. Michelle, she went and had that conversation with Mariah Lynn about the way that she talks about herself, right? She kind of puts herself down, calling herself a bad bitch and all that kind of stuff. And I was in agreement with K. Michelle about that. Like, girl, you gotta stop doing that, especially to make him feel good or whatever. Don't do that. So then Gangsta Boo pulls K. Michelle to the side, right? So K. Michelle and Gangsta Boo, they were friends with each other, right? But they fell out, and Gangsta Boo is saying that the reason that they fell out is because she heard from some other women that she introduced K. Michelle to, that K. Michelle was talking shit about her. Now K ran away from Gangsta Boo, right? She went to her room. Gangsta Boo went to K. Michelle's room looking for her. Cassie said he didn't know where she was. She slipped into the room with A1 and Little Lyrica. And then Gangsta Boo came in there. Gangsta Boo was talking about how beautiful Little Lyrica is, right? K. Michelle had to make up a situation to get out of the room, but she's pulling A1 with her, right? Now, Lyrica, I don't think K. Michelle wants a man like that, girl. I don't think nobody wants Floyd with them colored fingernails and that. Thank God he got rid of them fake ass dreads, right? And I mean, I can't really talk about people with colored fingernails. Well, mine ain't colored. Mine are just gel manicured. But I don't really think she wants a man, but I can see how she felt that way. But it is what it is. You guys can let me know what you think about the episode and everything in the comment section below. And that is it. Be sure to like this video, leave your comments, you guys, subscribe to the channel, turn on your post notifications, and share the video. And until the next time, you guys, stay safe out there, take care of yourselves. Remember to wash your hands, you guys, wear a mask, socially distance, be blessed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.